It was a scam, the whole thing.
What's got to do with it? I don't even remember her sewing the flag. Who cares about Betsy Ross?
They're getting in a little bit of backing here, a little bit of backing there, but it's not coming in fast enough. So they decide, since they're meeting all these rich CEOs, they're gonna take a little for themselves. In their offices, they take paintings, they take fish tanks, they take gold pens. It became a mess.
Looking back on it, they kind of sucked me in on it.
See these guys, and they're kind of checking out the gold records, and I'm thinking, well, that's normal, you know. And they go, yeah, you got 15 gold records here. And I'm like, yeah, I guess I do.
Oh, hey.
But that'll be out in a minute.
Oh, sure. Okay, thanks a lot.
I thought, well, they needed something to do while they were trying to raise money and all of that. So I gave them a little work around the house. Betsy was doing some bookkeeping. Mary Lou didn't like that too well either.
Hey, is that a real Picasso?
I think so.
A couple days later, a friend of mine comes over to the studio, hasn't seen my studio before, and he goes, dude, you got 12 gold records. That's amazing.
And I send Betsy down to the bank, the escrow, to do some paperwork and all of a sudden she comes back and we look around and their names, Sage and Betsy, are on the title to my house.
There's 3 REO Speedwagon gold records on sale at eBay. Make the checks payable to the Betsy Ross musical.
Hey, you know what, actually, as it turns out, I'll just give your dad a call at home later. I'm gonna catch you around. Thanks.
What? Your Picasso lithograph is missing. Well, what the hell does that have to do with me?
A guy dressed up like who?
George Washington?
Picasso? Hang tight.
So Merv calls me, begs me, he says, just stop this thing. Stop it now. But I can't stop it.
Merv put me right in the middle of all this crap.
Legally, they couldn't fire me. But wouldn't you know, Sage found the one loophole.
I held Merv responsible.
If I physically couldn't do my job, I could be fired.
We had to move out. We lived at the Radisson for a long time.
And wouldn't you know, coincidentally, the next day I get in my car and my brakes are cut.
We had lawsuits with the show.
Yeah, they said get in line.
Remember Keep on Loving You? REO Speedwagon?
Sure.
Kevin Cronin.
Show. And,
yeah.
and used to live across the street from him and, you know, friends, and they said, yeah, go ahead and use it.
We never licensed anything to those guys.
The whole thing was a scam.
We said no, and the next thing we know, it's in the Boston production of the show.
You've never seen Merv like this. He was just livid.
I've never seen Merv so incensed.
He was sleeping, and he started yelling out, Betsy, Betsy.
When the Betsy Ross people got sued, Merv got sued.
We saw a Mannix rerun on television, and the poor guy broke out in a rash all over his body.
Merv, he's got something to lose, and when he loses, I lose.
Excuse me?
These guys have a list of all these very important rich CEOs, and they want to meet all of them to get money for their goddamn musical. Suddenly, to seal the deal, they decided, we're going to put a musical on at the Schubert Theater. Ultimately, at the end, what happened is Merv decided, I'll write a check, I'll put it out of their misery, and I'll stop these guys from ruining my good name.
Ladies and gentlemen, the stars and the creators of the Red, White, Blue, and Blonde.
You got to admit, the show worked, and Keep on Loving You was a big part of it.
It was amazing. The day the show opened, it opened in Philadelphia, you know, just a few miles from where Betsy Ross actually lived. The curtain came up, and it was magic.
Mr. Franklin, I'm flattered, but I cannot go to the opera with you this evening, for I have a date with my love, General George Washington.
Ms. Ross, I have terrible news. General Washington is very ill.
Oh, my darling. My darling, do you have any last words for me?
Yes, be as loyal to me as I was to this country.
I will. Tell Mr. Franklin I'll be outside at 8 o'clock.
When I see the show, I feel so genuinely moved.
And the flag, Old Faithful, is waving in the breeze, and I look at that and I get a warm feeling, and I think Betsy.
It was a moving experience.
I
was moved.
I cried.
Ultimately, you know, I really enjoyed the show.
Oh, Betsy, Betsy, Betsy.
Thank you. Yes, we're very proud of our association with the Betsy Ross musical. No, not just the Tony. We're back in the Fortune 500. Thanks a lot. Take care.
Yeah, we're in the Fortune 500. Yes, yes. I'll see you at the opening in London. Okay.
Okay, we did it, Ravine.
Fortune 500.
And the Tony Award.
Another great day for East West Capital.
So, mes amis, I hope we can be friends again. I thank you very much. You helped me with my show, The Betsy Ross Show. And now you help me with my next show, The CEOs on Broadway.
Lyrics again, gang.
With a cell at his ear, you will never have to fear. They're the CEOs on Broadway. With a stock on the rise, it is wise to advise. The CEOs on Broadway. They're the best, they're the bomb, the whole. In fact, we are looking for investors right now. If you like, please reach us. Or more likely, we will reach you.
Betsy and George and
you know, I'm married, but I don't use it for long. But
yeah, I know.
Maybe you know,
great. Listen, we're gonna take 10, okay?
Excuse
maybe
us.
20.